we've seen traffic. Everybody's seen it. If you've even been out of the house, you understand how bad traffic is this time of year, even in small towns. So in cities, forget about it, right? So this is an opportunity for you, from the comfort of your own home, from your own apparatus, your phone, your computer, et cetera, to get really amazing deals, really amazing gifts for your loved ones, friends, family, everybody, for an amazing price, and to get them in time for Christmas. Okay? So that said, I want you to keep that in mind the whole time. We've got something in every price budget coming up for you. We've got different gemstones from amethyst, more common gemstones like amethyst, but these are not common in terms of the design, in terms of the quality, in terms of the presentation, to very exotic gemstones, things like kyanite. We have a kyanite necklace that is going to blow your mind. We've got Willow Opal, we've got rubies, we've got Sleeping Beauty turquoise, all genuine gemstones. And some lab created in terms of we got a moissanite bracelet that's going to blow your mind. So we're bringing you these items in a last ditch effort to basically save you a lot of time, headache, and trouble with going out into the retail world and spending those crazy retail prices. Yeah. That being said, a little house cleaning. TikTok. If you are watching on TikTok, we welcome you. We thank you for watching. For those of you that are watching through that modality, we want to encourage you to go to there should be a bio. You want to click the link in the bio. Okay? That's going to be my right, left, or above me, or below me, somewhere thereabouts. For everybody else, we've got Instagram, Facebook, and those who are watching on shoplc.com, you, of course, will punch in the code, comment in the comment section. For example, the first one we're going to show is 101, 102, subsequently thereafter. Okay? So very simple. If you have any questions, we always encourage your comments, your questions. If I go too fast on something, hit me up, let us know. Just put a comment. Hey, Chris, I really like this item. Let me see a little bit more of it. Keep in mind, unless it's a clearance item, most of these items you're going to have a 30-day inspection period. We know you're going to be happy, but we want to doubly ensure that and give you peace of mind with that particular insurance that we offer you. So you'll get it home. If you don't fall in love with it, which we know you will, again, but then feel free to send it back. I gotta tell you, with the deals we're giving today, it's gonna happen. That being said, let's jump right in. We wanted to start out with a beautiful pair of sapphire studs. Okay, now Madagascar. Some of the most beautiful discoveries of gemstones and exotic gemstones have come from Madagascar, and what we have here is nothing short of that. What you have is a round cut. First and foremost, with a round cut, with a pair of studs here. Gentlemen, if you have your ears pierced, you're in. Ladies, absolutely, you're in. This is an everyday wearable opportunity. All right, we've got Madagascar green sapphire. A lot of people aren't familiar with that. The sapphire comes in a rainbow of colors, right? It's not just your ruby, which is the red variety of corundum. You've also got the blue sapphire, which most of all of us know. But you've got a myriad of colors. These are absolutely beautiful. They're almost a mint green. And again, you've got a round cut, which, especially for studs, one of the most desirable, because if they twist around, they're going to always look the same. But you lose a lot of rough when you cut around, right? But you get so much brilliance, so much light return. These, believe it or not, we're talking about a carat 10. So you do that math, we're talking about close, what was that, 55 points a piece roughly on each of these, which is well over the size of your average engagement ring stone, even coming in at about 30 points, something like that. So you've got an excellent size here. It's going to be ideal, in fact. You've got post and friction backs, and they're all going to be in precious metal. Oh, by the way, we bathed that precious metal sterling silver in platinum. Yes? Folks, they're $59.99. You're not going to pay any shipping on it. We're over that $49.99 mark. So anything that you buy today that's over $49.99 will have no shipping fee, okay? And you should have it in time for Christmas. You've got a $15 budget pay. Budget pay is zero credit check, zero interest payments. So you'll pay a $15 initial investment, and then for the remaining 3 months, you'll pay 50 cents a day, roughly, give or take a penny or two. I think that's more than fair when we're talking about genuine gemstones. I think you probably have seen or paid for a pair of lab created sapphire for more than $59. You can get the real deal today. ladies and gentlemen. This is sold 101. Not only that, but we do have, and if you wouldn't mind, DJ, I'm gonna get you to click on, because I'm seeing a couple other options. Once you get to the comment or to the main page, which has all the information on them, you're gonna see that we also have a yellow sapphire pair available to you, along with the green here. And then we have an orange sapphire, an extremely rare color to see yellow or orange out in the retail world. These are things you just don't see. Again, we do see blue sapphire. That's fairly common. There's nothing wrong with that. That's it's probably the most high-selling, most popular gemstone there is in the world. And it's beautiful. And not beside the fact, September birthstone, but to get all these different colors and to be able to get them for under $60 is truly a gift here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's across the board. So I encourage you to do that buy-all. I encourage you to get all three of them. Think about it this way. If you utilize your budget pay, you can pay $45 today, right? $45, and you can get all, plus taxes. You won't pay any shipping. You can get all three pair of these studs home to you today. There's no limit on the amount that you can get. However, there's a limit to the amount that we have. This is a $699 value. Quite frankly, I think that's extremely fair, extremely generous when we're talking about genuine corundum. And for those of you who aren't familiar with corundum, most notably, obviously, the blue sapphire, rubies, it's going to be about a 9 on the most hardest scale. It's going to be very durable. It's going to be that everyday wearable. This is something you could wear with a very expensive dress. This is something you could wear out to the beach. Just be mindful that you've got a very rare gemstone connected to you. And it's going to be so beautiful. You're going to look amazing with them on. And I can't encourage you strongly enough to do all three. So, that being said, sold 101. Put it in the comments section, and you are good to go. So, congratulations to those of you who do get in on that. Could you give me a count? Do we have enough to kind of go around?
We have,
unless there's like 10 or less,
We have 8 of those.
Okay, so these are very, very limited. Chances are this may be the last time you see them. It more than likely is going to be the last time that we get any of this material in, as rare as it is, before Christmas. So it's probably a last chance opportunity. Again, keep in mind, or not again, because I don't think I've told you this round of the live stream, keep in mind that the prices we're given on these are special pricing. We're guaranteed the lowest pricing that we've given, whether it be on television or on the live stream. So you've got a 24-hour window with which to take advantage of this. Keep in mind, today is the 9th of December, okay? So within 24 hours, that price could go up, and more than likely will, and that's the case, ditto that with the majority of the items we have today. So definitely don't miss out on those. Fantastic, perfect for anyone, men, women, you name it, anybody, and you're getting such a pop of color, such an amazing and rare gemstone, and truly a staple of any collection, something you'd be proud of, something you'd be proud to pass down for generations yet unborn here. Absolutely gorgeous, and who doesn't love her round? It's my favorite cut, full disclosure. Hello, Lauren. Oh, we got Lauren in the house too. Okay, so how are you?
I'm good. I lost my voice a little bit. I'm good.
Really? Lost your voice? Okay, yeah. Oh. Well, we had a Christmas party, loud music, talking. Yeah, had a good Christmas party last night. But anyway, that's Soul 101. Take advantage of that, ladies and gentlemen. Such a great get, such a great value, and you're about to see a lot more of them. So that was Soul 101. Coming up. Now, we have, and we're one of the very few organizations that I know of on planet Earth that still have this material available. I want you to keep in mind, we've got thousands of years combined experience with everybody in our organization, obviously, not unless Methuselah or Abraham are with us, we don't have a single person, but you talk about combined experience in terms of manufacturing, in terms of knowledge and business knowledge, insider knowledge, and the connections that you make with all these different people who are able to get rough, that in some cases is completely mined out for the most part, right? Rare gemstones. Well, one of those rare gemstones is aquamarine, but even more rare than that is to be able to get Santa Maria aquamarine. That is extremely rare. Now, this is the gold standard when it comes to aquamarine, which of course is your March birthstone. Most of us know of it. It's the blue variety of the beryl family, sister to your emerald, your morganite, your heliodor. We had amazing heliodor on the first show. I encourage you to go back, not now, but later on, and check that out if there's some of them left. But this is truly extraordinary, folks. At my former employer, when I first got into the business, probably almost a decade ago, not a little bit more, the time flies, Santa Maria Aquamarine, anything over a quarter carat was just, it goes for big money. Why? Because you're getting such depth of color that you traditionally don't see with a lot of your aquamarine, right? Most aquamarine is going to be a beautiful, light, kind of a light, more of a washed out, kind of light blue, very beautiful, but a light blue. Now, Santa Maria aquamarine traditionally, because it is the gold standard, had a lot more deeper, richer hue. It's colored by the iron in it, and this is nothing short of spectacular. Okay, this is something that I would have sold 10 years ago for probably $5,000 plus for just this gemstone loose. What we're talking about is roughly 2 carat 50. Your center stone is going to be a minimum of 2 carats easily. Now this will come with some diamonds. Those are beautiful accents. But the rock star, the main thrust is this. Look at that deep, rich color. The cutting is fantastic. The cut, everything about it. You've got the 4 C's, the color, the cut, the clarity, the carat weight. You just don't have the price. $7,999. Fair. That's where we should be. I think, yeah, fair. Not too high, not too low. I think that's more than fair. I think if you put a set of initials, designer initials, in the bottom of this, something that nobody would ever see unless they broke out a jeweler's loop and made you take it off your finger, which is never going to happen, and you don't wear a box on your head, remember that. I think if you were to do that, you're looking at easily $7,999 plus. So you're not sacrificing any quality. You're getting a genuine Santa Maria. And by the way, it comes with an appraisal report. It comes with the Luxuro, because this will be in 14 karat white gold. Okay, solid. We're not talking about vermeil. And folks, the price is not $8,000, it's not $10,000, it's not even $2,000. $1,267.99. We've got it available in a size 7, 8, and 9. Each one will come with an AGI. They do a very conservative report. They're completely third party of us, outside of our organization. And we go with them because they're very conservative typically. They usually come in with an appraisal that's very low. In fact, I encourage you to get your own appraisal. Their appraisal puts it at $3,500. I think that's a little low, quite frankly. But that's the replacement value that they have it at. The very conservative, third party, not affiliated with us, AGI. You're going to come with a Luxuro card. It's going to have all your information here. Get this appraised again, I would say. I think you're going to be very pleased. So the total gem weight here, we've got a slight discrepancy. I'm going to go with what we have here. This has it at 4 carat 50. We've got there 2 carat 50. This may be this particular one. We're going to have to double check that. I want to be completely up front. No, 2 carat 34. So our Luxuro card is off here. So that may be the wrong card for that. I'm going to set that aside. Don't, look, bottom line, we've got a 30-day inspection period. I want to be 100% clear with you. This is what it is. So yes, 2 carat 34. I'm going to go with our original, and what you'll see when you go to the website. So we're at 2 carat 34. That's just on your center stone. So we're well above benchmark. Yeah, that's the wrong Luxuro card. No big deal. 10 by 8. Yep. It is sensational, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking about AAA quality here. Eye clean, of course. Typically, aquamarine is going to be eye clean. You got about 16 points of diamonds. Okay. This is something that you cannot find. For the most part, you can't find this at retail locations. You can't find Santa Maria aquamarine. Again, gold standard. Keep that in mind. If you own aquamarine and it's not Santa Maria, and you get this home, you're going to absolutely know. Again, 30-day money back guarantee. Look at this. No, I don't have the most attractive hands. As a matter of fact, Lauren, come on down. Lauren is helping out with production today, and then she's being so kind as to join us here. Thank you so much for doing this, by the way. But look at this on, it's electric. Yeah. Look at this on her, because she's got a lot prettier hands. Look at that rich depth of color. Let's show this TikTok, and now let's move on over to.
Is that focused?
Yep, I like where we're at. I could totally see why that Luxora card would be missed, because it does almost have the presence of a 3 carat plus. Again, this is going to be minimum 2 carat 34. How many total do we have there?
We
DJ?
have 12.
Thank you so much. What we're looking at here, and I knew this wasn't going to be an item where we were going to have dozens and dozens of them, by the very nature of coming from that Brazilian, the Santa Maria mine. This material is no longer available virtually. We're really bringing you something special, spectacular. I have sold in the past Santa Maria aquamarine of comparable weight, carat weight, with similar color cut, clarity, all these things for well over what our starting price is, quite frankly. So I can tell you right now, the value here is through the roof. You do have a budget pay available to you. I understand that's a considered purchase. We're talking about over $1,000. It's, what is it, $1,267? But when you're talking about the value, something that goes for literally thousands and thousands of dollars per carat, and you're getting 2 carat 34, well over the benchmark of 1, and then 2 carats, almost 2.5 carats, and you're getting it for less than $1,000 a carat, that is unheard of in the marketplace. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something truly spectacular. I know I spent a lot of time on it, but it deserves that time. This is really, really one of those collector's gemstones that you don't want to miss out on, and the opportunity here is it's unlike anything I've ever seen. The cut on this is spectacular, by the way. Get this home, see if you love it. I know you will. Okay? Sold 102. Take advantage of that. Wow. That's going to stay behind me. You're going to stay right there. You're not going anywhere. And if I need to flash it in, I'm more than happy to do that for you, friends. So just, of course, let me know. We already did the house cleaning, didn't we, with the TikTok and the Sold 101? Okay, good. I do want to touch on one thing very, very quickly before we get to our next item, which is going to be an amazing Rhapsody Orofino Rubellite Tourmaline. I do want to touch on one little thing that we've been kind of trying to remind you of here in the holiday season. It's the season of giving. There's unfortunate children that are born every single day, maybe not into circumstances that are less than ideal. And we partner with Akshaya Patra through our parent company in India, which gives children who might otherwise not get a meal a fantastic and nutritious meal with every purchase that you make. Don't worry about paying anything extra on top of that. It's always baked into the cake. It's something we've been doing for years. We were at 38 million when I first got here, for example, about a year and a half ago. We're at over 46 million meals delivered, real time, real difference being made with your purchase, no matter how big or small the purchase is. If it's a $2 purchase or if it's a $2,000 purchase, the child will get a meal. Otherwise, might have gone without. So it's a wonderful thing we're involved with, and I think this time of year, that's an important thing, and I'm truly honored to, and I know a lot of people here are honored to be a part of the Your Purchase Feeds Foundation and Akshaya Patra and all of our affiliations that make that happen. So just wanted to throw that in there. It's important. So that said, take a look at this. And it's even got by Tony Denise. Okay, those of you who aren't familiar, he's a collector. We're fortunate enough to have him as a host here. He's collected stones primarily out of Brazil, but all across the world. He's an expert on it, and if he puts his name on something, you've got something truly spectacular. In fact, he's Doorbuster by Tony Denise. What we have here is one of the rarest, most collectible gemstones. Tourmaline comes probably in the widest variety of colors of any gemstone imaginable on Earth, at least, that we know of. Over something like 30,000 hues. But one of the most prized, right next to your Paraíba tourmaline, right next to your indicolite tourmaline, is the rubellite tourmaline. Rubellite meaning ruby-like, but it is many times more rare than even a ruby. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, rubellite tourmaline, much like an emerald, is a type 3 gemstone. What does that mean? Well, it means it's probably one of the more included. In fact, it's expected to be included with little inclusions in it as a type 3 gemstone. Think emerald, right? And it doesn't count against it. What you've got here, it's a high clean. This is uncanny. So what we're talking about is a top gem, world-class, quad A, Orofino Rubellite Tourmaline, the absolute best of the best that money can buy, period, full stop. Emerald cut, sensational. Color, cut, clarity, carat weight, you name it. Oh, by the way, you put the best in the best. This is in platinum. Elegantly simplistic in the mounting. You don't need all the accoutrements, the what have you. You do have a nice little past, present, and future deal. You got these princess cuts on either side. It's a beautiful addition. But we know what we're paying for here, or what we're not paying for. What we're not paying is a $15,999 estimated retail value. Not mad at that price. I wouldn't pay it. And I don't have to, and you don't have to either, because you're getting this today. This is so wild. How are we doing it? I don't know how this is happening. $1,799. Look at that. TikTok, guys. Look at that. This is 2 carats, 2 full carats. The majority of that, obviously, in your center stone. Got good sized diamonds on either side. We've got it available to you. This is fairly new here because we've got available in sizes 6 through 10. You've got a $360 budget pay. I understand. It's a considered purchase, but consider what you're getting. Consider the asset. Consider the investment. I'm not, full disclosure, I'm not an investment advisor, but consider the rarity, the collectability, and the beauty of what you're getting. You know, I was reading, or not reading, I had it on tape. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Came out I think it came out in the late 90s. One of the things he talks about is getting things that are investments, things that don't depreciate in value. Like a car. You think, well, I got this nice Lamborghini. As soon as you buy it off the lot, we've all heard the story. You lose a certain amount of the value. Now, certain cars are collectible. I get that too, so don't send me a lot of texts about that or comments about that. But for the most part, this is something that has all those things that you look for in an asset. Beauty, rarity, collectability, and something that I think you're going to find appreciates in value. This is truly remarkable, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to bring you out again. Before I see you get up to, so you're about to go out and.
I'm gonna get some tea because it's freezing in here.
I know. I turned it down to like super chill. Well, I'm wearing my short sleeve shirt. I thought I was doing this a solid, but.
Ooh, oh my gosh! Every time I shop,
it's electric. This is an electric piece. Look at this on the hand. Look at that. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. This is important. Isn't that beautiful? This is next level. This is the absolute finest. Look, you can find larger. You can find larger gemstones, larger rubelites, but you're not going to find finer quality. Period. With that kind of clarity, that is unheard of clarity. It's got the clarity. It is eye clean, which is unheard of for a rubelite tourmaline, a Type 3 gemstone. Again, Mr. DJ, can I get you to scroll down? I want to give them the exact specs because we're talking about 2 carat total weight, but the majority of that is going to be in your rubelite. Now, the rubelite itself is going to be just about, and I think we can safely say, at a carat 97 on your center stone. We're very well, and pretty much, for the most part, at that benchmark of 2 carats. When we're talking about rarity like this, when we're talking about collectability like this, and we're talking about benchmark, you see an exponential increase because it is so rare to get a full carat of this collectible material. It is so rare to get 2 full carats, even more rare. So exponentially, you see a price explosion. We are under $1,000 a carat. Do you understand what that means? We're talking about $5,000 minimum a carat for quad A material like this. And we're at 2 carats for all intents and purposes. And we're at $17.99. Again, understand, a considerable purchase, of course, for many of us it is. But when you look at the value that you're receiving, do not let the price be indicative of that. This is a $7,000, $8,000 to $10,000 ring, any which way you cut it. Oh, by the way, in platinum. Thank you so much.
There you go.
All right. I'll let you, if you want to, I got a jacket over there too. So sorry. I keep everybody freezing in here because I'm so hot-natured. But man, this is truly important. I know I spent a lot of time on it. It deserves the time. I couldn't. I've sold probably, I'd say, a couple hundred, or let's say a couple dozen rubelite tourmalines. I don't know that I've ever seen one this clear in my lifetime. It's going to come with a special card here. Again, this is from our highest end. This is our super high-end design. It's going to be in platinum. You put the best in the best. And that is the best. I've never seen a finer ribeye tourmaline in my entire life. I've seen thousands of them, sold dozens of them. So an opportunity to be sure, utilize your budget pay on that. You know, if money's an issue, I totally understand that. We've all been there. But definitely don't, if you love that, get it home. You owe it to yourself. Take a look at 30-day inspection, period. I love that. All right, so next up. In our first show, we had a Brazilian Heliodor ring that I thought was one of the most beautiful I'd ever seen in my life. It's a great buy. This is the golden or yellow variety of the Barrel family. Most notably, biggest rock star in that family is the Emerald, right? The Barrel family, followed probably by the Aquamarine, the blue variety, followed by the wildly popular Morganite, right? Peachy pink variety. But the lesser known and extremely rare is the yellow or golden variety of the Barrel family, coming in at about an 8 on the most hardness scale, very durable. And this is one of the largest ones I've seen in years. 5 carat 20, majority of that weight coming in on just this center stone, okay? Now, what we've done here is something truly extraordinary, and I don't know why we did it, but what I'm going to tell you right now is the value on this loose gemstone alone is, to me, and to my mind, because I've seen what dealer to dealer they pay for just the loose stones alone per carat, is off the charts compared to what we're charging for this, which is $269.99. How is that possible? Well, it didn't come out of a bubblegum machine. We've got a genuine Heliodor here, well over 4 carats, I'm going to say. And if we could scroll down, because I want to get you the exact specs on just this center stone. We put it in for May. So you're getting that 2.5 microns of yellow gold on top of sterling silver. So we're talking precious metal here, but you're talking minimum of 5 carat 5. Think about that. 5 carat 5. If we're talking about an aquamarine, if we're talking about a morganite, if we're talking about an emerald. Now I know we're not apples to apples because certain of these gemstones and the colors have different values that are assigned to them. But you're talking about from the same family. You're talking about rarity, something you very rarely see in traditional jewelers, in your mall jewelers, in your run of the mills. The names that we can all sort of know off the top of our heads. These household names, whether they be the more high end, extravagant, blue box, red box, or just your middle of the road, or maybe your local jeweler. But it's something you don't see now. Why? Because of the rarity. It's not because it's not a beautiful stone. It is an amazingly beautiful stone. It's just something you don't see as much. And to be able to get one that's 5 carats, you realize, because we're doing it at $269.99, we are less than $100 a carat. Think about that. Less than $100 a carat. I haven't even talked about the diamonds. I mean, we've got about, 10, whatever, what is 5, so we've got about, 15 points of diamonds. All due respect, I think it's a great mounting. I'm not concerned about the diamonds. I know where the value is at here. This is the value. The diamonds are fantastic, by the way, though. I love the fact we got this bezel set baguettes. I love the fact that we have the rounds surrounding that. That is a cool design, to be sure. But I know where the value is at, and the value on this particular ring is in that large center stone. It's sold $104. It's spectacular. And just the fact that we're even less than 1,000 a carat, when we talk, remember what I said about the exponential increase as we go up in carat weight. Now that doesn't necessarily always happen when we reach those benchmarks. If we're talking about, for example, citrine, we've got this price for less than what you would pay for a 20 carat or a 4 carat citrine, other way. It's the price of a citrine. This is yellow beryl. Fantastic. Talk about value. Huge. Get it home. See if you love it. You will. Get it appraised. It's priced less than a citrine. Citrine, I love citrine, don't get me wrong, but citrine's more abundant. This is from the quartz family. This is beryl, sister to your emerald, morganite, aquamarine, bixbyte, red emerald. Spectacular. Huge. 5 carat plus. $269. You have a $54 budget pay on this. $54. Now here's the catch. We've only got a size 7 and a size 10 available to you. That wouldn't stop me. I wouldn't care if I was a size 20 or a size 1. I'd get it just for that center stone because that value's off the charts. How many do we have?
2.
Total? I'm sorry?
2.
All right, we have 2. Did you hear that? We have 2 of these available. You won't see this again at this price. I can almost guarantee that. You won't, if these sell out, you will not see any more like this before Christmas. That much I can 100% guarantee. 99.9% guarantee. 2 of these left. And with that, I'm going to move on because there's only 2 of them left. And this price is ridiculously low, and I think I want to get one myself. Save one for me. This is amazing. Look at that, okay? 5 carats. Heliodor. Unbelievable. Love that. All right, what an amazing value. All right, so we're going to move on. That was sold 104, and now we're moving on to sold 1. Now, this is 104.
This is 105.
Okay, now we're
Same,
moving on to sold 105.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about it. Premium. Yep, that's what it says. It says premium Mashamba amethyst and white zircon necklace. Yep, no argument here. Look at this. Amethyst, the color of royalty. Not all amethysts are created equal. Bang for your buck, amethyst to me is the leader in the clubhouse because it is featured in nearly every, I think it's safe to say, every single crown jewel, or not every single crown jewel, but in everybody's crown jewels collection, that is. Why? Well, quartz is fairly common. Amethyst, you can find it. It's one of the most ubiquitous in the world. But you get color for days, and you get something, and you can get a good amount of carat weight, and you can get a lot of bang for your buck. But something like what we're talking about here with this necklace, this sort of princess style necklace, would easily cost you $1,000 plus. Put a designer name on it, that you name it, I don't know, depending on who the designer is. I don't necessarily care about that because what I'm looking for when I'm looking for jewelry is I'm looking for quality. I'm looking for, do these stones match up? How much time did they spend to match and make? Because it comes in a variety of different hues. So there's something to be said. When you have all of these that look like they're all cut, and more than likely were cut from the same rough, and you get so many of them, so beautifully matched, so beautifully mated, so beautifully calibrated, so large, and so many different cuts as well. And look how we have got a graduation of these beautiful princess cuts. And in not a traditional way that you see them. Usually you'll see the pear shape, you'll see them the other way around. So I love what they did here, how they kind of went against the conventional norm. That gives it a unique look. This is going to be something that you probably wouldn't see or probably wouldn't find at your traditional mall jewelers. If you did, you would be paying closer to $2,000, $3,000 for it, just at a run of the mill. I'm not talking about even the highest end. Today, folks, you can get this for $199. I don't know how we're doing it for that low. We're talking about 19 karat 35. It's all in sterling silver, precious metal. It's all bathed in platinum, one of the most expensive white metals in the world. And you've got a $40 budget pay. Sold 105. $40 budget pay. If you have a February birthday, I'm going to put this one aside. We're going to get to that one later on. This is the big one. If anybody likes those large pendants, stand by on that. And it actually does work very well, layered up with this one, as a matter of fact. But I want you to stay focused, which I have a hard time doing in case you didn't know. There you go, a little ADD there. But look how beautiful.
Never.
Nah!
No way.
How, you hear Lauren busting my chops over it? How dare. No, but she's right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of stimuli around here. I mean, look at all these amazing
It's like
treasures.
good things, just get excited.
I'm surrounded by treasures, yeah. This is an amazing treasure. I love the fact that we did this cushion cut, sort of almost in a diamond presentation. You've got a very large pear shape here. Again, you've got the sort of reversed pears there, which does again I think give it some sort of originality. You've got a dichroic nature of it. You notice, in other words, you've got these dark sort of Concord grape colors, and then you've got these light pink shades there too, much like that Moroccan material. This is fantastic. This is fantastic, and you can get it today. $199, easy, especially if you talk about a $40 budget pay. Get it home, $40. See if you love it. February birthday. February is right around the corner, but I don't think you need to wait for somebody's birthday to love this. This is absolutely gorgeous. You got these nice box style mountings that each one of these are going to be in, slightly raised. I mean, they have to be because of the size of these colors, the size of these carat weights. You've got sort of fleur-de-lis styling. I'm going to show you just kind of a side profile of that. Sort of fleur-de-lis in the box style mounting. So you've really got, and in the back, look at even down to the back of it. You've got a closed, well, with some negative space there, but for the most part, you've got that nice filigree work behind it. It's going to make it very, very comfortable on the chest. It's going to sit nice and comfortable there and secure. And not only that, but you've got it bathed in the platinum, which is of course hypoallergenic, so you're not going to have to worry about any sort of mystery metals, or if you have nickel allergies or whatever. A lot of times with the sort of whatever it is tone, the gold tone, whether it be white gold, rose tone, after that wears off, you got some mystery metal underneath that could exacerbate. Well, if the platinum happens to wear off, which most likely it won't, because it's around your neck, it's not something you're fidgeting with, then guess what? You're left with precious metal underneath. Silver, also hypoallergenic. Say that 3 times fast. But absolutely beautiful. Take advantage of this, folks. This is Sold 105. We're going to move on. But I got to tell you, that's strong. That is strong. Absolutely beautiful. Next up, something that we don't see very often. Will you see amethyst? Sure. We just talked about it, right? You're going to see amethyst in most jewelers. Most traditional mall jewelers will have an amethyst piece at least, maybe several. What you don't see very often is one of my favorite cuts. What is that? And we'll get it back here. A trillion. You don't see a trillion cut amethyst very often. It's one of my favorite cuts. It's a wasteful cut, much like the round, much like an Asher cut or Marquise cut, kind of a wasteful cut. But what you get from a trillion cut is so much fire, brilliance, and scintillation. It's really, truly one of the more beautiful and truly unique. You see a lot of times we'll have the tanzanite, which looks so amazing in a trillion cut. But we neglect to think about how it just makes any gemstone look sensational. And so that's going to give you some originality here. I'm just going to wear this just to look at that. And I have huge hands, but just so you know, you're talking about a huge cocktail ring. Not so large it's going to be sort of, like that. It's not obnoxious in a sort of, opulent way, but it's definitely going to command attention. It's definitely going to get some compliments. So if you don't like those, this may not be for you. If you do, or you're not afraid of them, then you're going to love this. Okay, this is something you would see out there, probably $1,500, $1,600 easy. Our starting price, $1,599. Boom. Yeah, easy. So that's right. That's spot on. In fact, I couldn't have done it better myself. What does it say? $1,500, $1,600? Nailed it. Okay. So I think our estimated retail value is spot on. I would never pay that. I don't want you to pay that because you don't have to. You can get this today for $397.99. And here's the good news. We've got not just sizes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 of this. We've also got the in-between sizes, very rare for us to have here, of the 0.5. So we got a 5, 5.5, go to the website. This is Sold 106. So we've got this available down to almost pretty much any size imaginable, for the most part, obviously, which is to say that this is a brand new item. So we've probably got a good bit of them now. This is something, again, I think you could easily see for well over $1,000. You've got the color, you got the cut, you got the clarity. We checked all those boxes. We've got a very, very large stone. I'm going to sit down, not because I'm being lazy, maybe a little bit, but it's because I want to kind of sit here and kind of look at it a little bit, because I do want to sort of inspect it for you, and I do want to be able to point out anything that sort of stands out. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to go over here. First, you do have sort of a dichroic. You can see it right here in this picture. That's a great representation, minus what I think are just a couple of spot stains. That's no big deal. Those are, I think, just little water spots. Take a little cloth. You are going to have excellent clarity here, but what you do have is a lot of little dichroic nature. You've got some pink flashes here. Okay, you've got some deep, rich amethyst. That's, I mean, primarily what we're in the business of amethyst for, right? That's the main thing we want to see. We want to see that strong purple. So you see that strong, deep, rich purple, but you also see, because of the cutting, the trillion nature of the cut, you're seeing a lot of flashes with those pinks. Folks, this is spectacular. $397.99. You've got a $79 budget pay. Okay? 9.25. Majority of that in your amethyst. You're going to have a little bit in the moissanite. We'll talk about moissanite a little bit later on. In fact, we have a moissanite bracelet that I want to show you here in just a little bit. But the color, the cut, the clarity, the 4 C's that we talk about when we talk about, well, diamonds, but mainly with colored gemstones, color, cut, clarity, carat weight, checks every single solitary last box. If you don't have all 4 of those boxes checked, you're not looking at a piece that's going to withstand the test of time, that's going to hold the value. This holds the value. It is absolutely fantastic. Folks, I don't want you to miss it. That's top gem quality. I don't know that I've seen more fire and brilliance come out of an amethyst in a long, long time. I've really I have to say, one of the most remarkable things about this, and that's going to be on the cutting end of the 4C equation, is the amount of brilliance and little pink flashes that I'm seeing consistently all throughout this particular gemstone. Get it home, see if you love it. I think you will. This is truly fantastic, and well over $1,000 value that you're getting today for a really, really sensational deal. So take advantage of that. That's going to be sold 106. And we are moving on. But look, I mean, trillion cut. I love that more. All right, so let's talk about rarity. Well, what makes rarity? Well, the supply, obviously, but there has to be a demand for it, right? But there's a huge demand for something called Sleeping Beauty turquoise. The problem is, what is Sleeping Beauty turquoise? Let's back up. Sleeping Beauty turquoise from the Sleeping Beauty mine. This is in Arizona. This is one that's been, for the most part, in terms of mining for Sleeping Beauty, has been shut down since early 2010s. It is highly sought after. It's going to give you that solid robin's egg blue. So you're not going to see a lot of the veining that you're traditionally familiar with when it comes to turquoise. But what you are going to see is this beautiful, rich robin's egg blue. That's the ideal. And that's the material that people have come to pay huge, huge money for, carat weight wise. Is this the largest carat weight? Not the biggest. But also understand that much like opal, and we'll get to some opals in a little bit, it's one of those gemstones that's not super dense. So you get a lot of bang for your buck in terms of carat weight when it comes to real estate. This is ideal. This is beautiful. It's got multi-gemstones surrounding it. Looks like you got tourmaline, multicolored tourmaline surrounding this one. Yes. And I've got the wrong one, actually, because there's a pendant.
Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't matter, because I would encourage us, we would go to this
That'll be
directly
perfect,
after.
yeah.
So we've got basically the exact same look. What you're seeing right now, because this is sold 107, is the pendant. Look at that necklace. Kyanite, we're going to get to that later on. But let's stay focused, shall we? Kyanite is so strong. Let's set you down right there. So, I'm basically going to go over this presentation because they are virtually identical in terms of the presentation. And I'm just going to say ditto that, which if somebody just joins us after and we do get to the ring, they might have to go back and relook. But for the most part, we're talking about virtually the same specs, I would imagine. Okay? These are meant to go together. I've got it on backwards. Good job. Sorry. Un momento, por favor. All right. This is where I wish Lauren I hadn't turned the air conditioning down so low. Poor Lauren had scared her off. She had to go get a jacket. I don't blame her. Are you freezing too?
I'm all right. Chill.
Okay, cool. Still here with you folks, just trying to flip this around. I messed up the presentation. Don't you love live stuff?
Oh, yeah.
In the meantime, good opportunity for you to make fun of me. Maybe send a comment just saying, Chris, what's the matter with you? You'll get there. Yeah. Good little intermission to make fun. But folks, I gotta tell you though. Come on, man. Can we just go to the ring? Here we go. All right. So I kind of twisted it around up in the back, but there is the pendant. All right. Sorry about that. I know I'm a goofball. 20 inches. You're getting the chain that comes with it. I was just twisting around trying to get all situated. It's strong too. But you're also getting the Sleeping Beauty, the rarity of that. Again, just to recap, I know I kind of touched on it a second ago, but then I got sidetracked. You've got the Sleeping Beauty. The mine closed down around between 2010 and 2013. There's some discrepancy there because they're still mining for copper there and things of that nature, but they're not getting any significant amount of this material in. There's not that many veins left of this material. This is the creme de la creme when it comes to turquoise. Who doesn't love turquoise? You've got the best of both worlds when it comes to greens and blues. You've got robin's egg blue, what we call robin's egg blue, which is the quintessential. You've got beautiful design work. Looks like it came from the showroom at one of these super, super duper high-end blue box type stores. This is the quality. This is the level of quality and the level of design that you're getting here with this particular piece of jewelry here. You've got about an inch, a little bit over an inch from bail to bottom. And I'll bring you a receipt there. Yep, exactly, a little bit over an inch from bail to bottom, and you've got something truly spectacular. Now it's going to be surrounded by white zircon here, I'm assuming, and you've got multicolored tourmaline surrounding that. Again, tourmaline, a collector's gemstone. But these, don't think they just threw them in willy-nilly. These were meticulously planned. Actually, check that. Can we roll down, because we might be dealing with sapphire. Either way, whether we're dealing with sapphire or tourmaline in terms of the multicolor, you've got something truly multicolor sapphire. Excuse me. So correction, multicolor sapphire. Many people don't know sapphire does come in a hodgepodge, a whole variety of rainbow of colors. So we've got multicolor sapphires and all the rarity and all the desirability that comes with that. Then you've got the surrounding, and I believe that's a white zircon. Yep, there's a white zircon halo right here. And then you've got, of course, the main rock star. But here's the big kicker. Here's the most important part about, well, not the most important part, but one of the things that you're going to love. We're doing this for less than $70. $69.99 gets that home. Unreal when we're talking about all this rarity, all this exclusivity. All these different color sapphires, 9 on the Mohs hardness scale, 7 with your blue or white zircon, all genuine gemstones. And then the most desirable of all the turquoise, the Sleeping Beauty, commands probably the highest price. I don't quote me 100%, but I would venture to say that if we talked about auctions and the auction houses, that Sleeping Beauty is probably I'm not going to say 100%. I know that some of the Iranian material is very nice, but it's probably commanded some of the highest per carat prices ever, because it can't be found anymore. We're very fortunate here to have the connections, to have people that still have some of this rough available, so that we're able to bring you the genuine, real deal. You'll see a lot of fake stuff out there. The real deal is very valuable, and so is this. This is a ridiculously low price, $69.99. You're not paying any shipping on it. So we're going to move on from that. That is sold 107. And can we go straight into the ring? The matching ring, virtually identical in presentation, okay? You just have a band, and a little bit larger on the bird cage sort of mounting, but almost ditto. These are absolutely and should most assuredly be together. If you got one, I can't encourage you strongly enough to get the other, because you'll never find anything quite exactly like it that matches up so perfectly. And I mean that. So here's the ring. Now, here's the good news. So the ring, a little bit more on the hardware, not necessarily though, because you are getting the chain with the previous, but it's going to be the exact same price. $69.99. $69.99. This is going to be sold 108. Get sold 107. If you get sold 107, get sold 108. If you get sold 108, get sold 107. They match up beautifully. 2 carat 50 total weight. It's going to give you that cocktail ring presence. It's going to be knuckle to knuckle, just about. I mean, if it's that large on my big hands, you got something that's going to, for example, on Lauren's hand, be very, very substantial. Yeah, if you want to.
That's right.
Yeah, might as well. She's like, yeah. She's like, don't tempt her with a good time.
I'm gonna keep my cardigan on.
Oh, yeah. No,
Stay
please do.
warm.
Please do. And I'm so sorry to have it so freezing cold in here. We can turn it back
No,
up.
I think it's good. It's better now.
Beautiful.
There we go.
That's a beautiful
Wow.
cardigan, though. Isn't that gorgeous?
It really does take up so much space on the finger. Like it has a presence.
Knuckle to knuckle. $17.50 on budget pay, too. How about that?
Ooh.
And also, we should toss in, do you mind clicking on is there a vermeil version?
No, this is just another shape.
Okay, so yeah, we've got two separate shapes here for you too, ladies and gentlemen. This is important. They're both the same price. So what you're seeing right there, the lovely Miss Lauren has for you, is going to be the oval, right?
Yes.
But we do have more of a cushion available to you as well. There is a cushion. They're both the same price. It's your prerogative, whichever one you gravitate towards more. What I will say is the cushion. There's only a size 7 in the cushion. How many total do we have?
We have, between both those, we have 53.
Okay, so 53. I will say, I'm venture to say the cushion probably going to be a lot less just because there's only one size available.
And I know on the website, the oval does say sold out, but we have plenty of those.
The oval.
Yeah, it says sold out.
Okay, so well then they would need to then call the personal shopper.
Yes.
Okay, so, and thank you so much. I appreciate that, Lauren.
Yeah.
So let me give you a heads up here. It says sold out on the website of the oval.
Yeah.
That's the one we have more of, right?
No, we have 22 of the oval. We have 31 of the cushion.
21 or 22 of the oval, 21 of the cushion.
31.
31 of the cushion. If you want the oval, the one that you just saw featured, they're very similar. This one's just more. This is the cushion, and what you just saw Lauren displaying was the oval. So they're very, very similar. But if you want the oval, I want to encourage you to call the personal shoppers, and we'll handle behind the scenes, letting them know that we will honor the $69.99 price because it's showing sold out on the website, which you've been directed to. So apologies for that. We do have, in fact, a couple of those available to you. But they're all very limited, 50 in total between the oval and the cushion. I think whether you want to go with the oval or the cushion for the pendant, it doesn't matter. I think you're going to have a very similar look. But for that one, you want to call 877-899-0490. Again, that's 877-899-0490. That's going to give you the number to the personal shoppers. They have it in their system available to you. It doesn't show it on the website. So my apologies for that. Occasionally there's, when you're talking about a lot of moving parts of an organization, these things happen. So let's not let perfect be the enemy of the good, and let's take advantage of that. And if you want the oval, call the personal shopper. So we're going to move on. Those are great gets, though. If you get one, definitely get both of them. Get the matching pendant, which came before that. All right. So we talked about moissanite for just a brief moment earlier, and now talk about bringing receipts. We're bringing it to you right now. What is moissanite? Let's talk about it for a second. Well, it's in terms of the Mohs hardness scale. And just to give you an illustration, the Mohs hardness scale out of 10, it goes 1 to 10. A 10 is a diamond, right? One of the hardest substances known to man. Nothing can scratch it, except for another diamond maybe. But only second to that, I would say, or very close second to that. I mean, there's other different gemstones that maybe aren't necessarily gem quality that are a little bit higher up, is the moissanite. Now, moissanite, what is it? Any moissanite that you're going to see at any retail level whatsoever, unless it's a very, very like a Sotheby's auction, is going to be lab created. This was originally found by a gentleman by the name of Henry Moissan. He was a French chemist that was in the late 1800s. He was searching Canyon El Diablo, I believe, in Arizona. It was the site of a big meteorite crash, right? It was a big, huge crater. And he was looking at different samples of different minerals that had come. Basically, he was looking at space rocks, right? He was wanting to see what all was going on there. Well, he discovered something at the time, I'm assuming, and this is, I might butcher the story a little bit, but what I'm assuming he thought was probably some variation on a diamond. We're talking about 1893, right? But he noticed that it had just amazing sparkle and fire and brilliance, even the rough material. Keep in mind, your diamonds are all going to be polished. You know, most gemstones will be polished and cut. But he noticed at the time, it's like, what is this amazing diamond? Well, as techniques advanced over the years, and I think it was shortly thereafter, they realized, wait a second, this is not a diamond. This is something totally different. This is something even more rare. It was then, I think it was shown around the community, and in fact, I think it was ultimately George Frederick Coons, who was a buyer and chief gemologist for Tiffany and Company in the early 20th century, who named it after Henry Moissan, the gentleman who discovered it first in that crater in Arizona. Moissanite, after Henry Moissan. Fast forward to about 100 years later, and they were able to perfect the lab created the exact chemical composition as the original that Henry Moissan found so many years before. Very little had been found in between that time. Nothing of any substantial size, nothing faceable really. The largest they ever found was probably in Israel, which was, I think it was a piece that was, 100% don't quote me on this, but I think it was about 4.4 millimeters and not quite faceable size. But that's like supposedly the largest that they have found of moissanite. It's fairly common, they say, in space, but to be found on Earth, it's probably one of the rarest, if not the rarest gemstone there is. But the exact chemical composition was recreated about 100 years later. It was patented for 15 years. That patent ran out. We wanted to get in the game. We'd heard about it. More fire, more brilliance, more sparkle than your average diamond. Think of it as a D-flawless diamond plus. It's about the only thing that can compete with this. This is not a stand-in for diamonds. Diamonds wishes they were moissanite, quite frankly. All due respect to diamonds, I love you. But look at this. You can't look at this and tell me that is not absolutely spectacular. You've got the clarity. You've got such amazing, like blinding white. And it's not an inexpensive gemstone. I don't want anybody to equate this. Lauren, you have to. I don't want anybody to equate this to a CZ. This is not. This is a real gemstone. It's lab created, yes, but it is not inexpensive. It is a time-consuming process in order to create these, and it's more, as I'm told by chemists and people who are the few people who are able that know the people that actually work on this material. It is something that is more of an art than a science at this point in terms of creating it, because some of it you'll see will be a little bit yellower, but this is not that. We made sure that before we got in the game, when that patent ran out, we went and got one of the top scientists that creates this material from those patent holders, as I understand it, and headhunted this guy, who then creates probably the best in the world. But we wanted to make sure we could do it and bring it to you at a price that nobody else can, and we did. You could pay easily $3,000, $4,000 for something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing this triple row, absolutely drop dead gorgeous, all in sterling silver, bathed in platinum, 17 karat 60 for $399, not for $3,000. The budget payment on this is $80. This looks like about $150,000 diamond, like D Flawless or VVS1, D color diamond bracelet. That's about the only thing I can think of that could even compete with this. But you've got the hardware. You've got it bathed in platinum. You're getting that extremely expensive $150,000 look. You're just not having to pay that price. You're paying $399. You've got an $80 budget pay available to you. Oh, and by the way, we've also got it available in Vermeil. Now, DJ, if I could get you to sort of click on one of those, I want to make sure the price is going to be $399. Yep, ditto on the rose gold. Rose gold?
Yeah.
We've got it in the rose gold vermeil, we've got it in the yellow gold vermeil, and we've got it in the platinum. You don't pay a penny, well, except for taxes, over $400. Because you're not going to pay any shipping. It's over that mark. Folks, this you can have in time for New Year's Eve party.
Oh,
Lauren,
yeah.
that for New Year's Eve party, It's on, right?
It is. Ooh.
And I encourage you, look, get all three of them and layer them up together. But in terms of believability factor, I just wear one. You don't really need more than one.
Oh no.
Because the sparkle, the fire, the scintillation, the brilliance that you get from moissanite is second to none. It's very durable. This will last you generations. It's something you can pass down. And people are going to absolutely 100% think that you have some of the most beautiful diamonds known to man. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, this person must have paid $100,000, $200,000 for this bracelet. Because you're getting that exact look. You talk about perceived value. That's it, 100%. And again, not to be confused with CZ. We're not talking about simulated diamonds here. This is in a totally different stratosphere. And it's very, very durable at 9 1/4 to 9 1/2 on the most hardness scale. And more sparkle, more fire, more brilliance than a diamond. I know I've kind of gone over that a couple times. Now here's the good news also. We also have it available in sizes 6 1/2, 7 1/2, and in a size 8. So we're covering the basis. I think we pretty much got most people covered, unless you have a larger wrist. That this is going to be seamless. It's got the plunge-in insert. You've got the double safety sort of infinity style locks on either side. Going to keep it nice and secure, and also add to that an element of expense in terms of look. It is just more expensive to add all those extra accoutrements, but it's going to add to that level of a believability factor. If you're thinking of just sort of, in terms of the diamond look, this is next level.
Yeah. Every time you move it, it just like radiates light.
Mm-hmm.
Every little movement.
And
pretty.
do you have any have you bought any moissanite yet?
I haven't yet. It's
Okay.
like one of my favorite things, though. I've only bought one thing.
Okay, all right, yeah, well, yeah. Lauren's new.
I'm still new, yeah.
Yeah, you will, and when you do, I was about to say, if you have folks, and if you have, a lot of people at home have, because they've been with us for a minute or two, but once you get this out in the sunlight, it's like hello.
Rainbow shine.
Yeah. So caveat emptor, if you have it and you're driving or something, be really, really careful because it's gonna.
Blind you?
Well, it's one of the most highly refractive gemstones in the world. It is right up there, if not the, and so you're gonna get a lot of light return, a lot of light refraction from it. So just be really careful because there'll be rainbow refractions blinding you when it comes to moissanite. So it really is truly next level. Like there's like you see a lot of people who've seen the TV shows, and I'm sure you've seen it, Lauren. Is that slide that we have? It has the diamond, it has the cubic zirconium. Those are both kind of reflecting a little bit of about equivalent amount of light, and then it has the moissanite down below, and that sort of trilogy, that triad of them. Yeah. And that one has all that rainbow
it's a different kind of light.
Highly more refractive than a diamond, more fire, more brilliance. About the closest thing that I would say to it is probably a deep flawless diamond, Israeli cut, top of the line, that would cost you something like this. If that was all, if those are all of that all combined, you're looking at probably $200,000-$300,000, but you're getting that look. So amazing opportunity, folks. I know I spent a lot of time on that one. That is sold 109. And it is something truly spectacular. It's so well made, and a lot of hardware too. I mean, just for the sterling silver and the platinum dip alone, in that blank or that mounting alone, $399 is a great value. When you add to that all those beautifully matched and made it just flawless moissanite, you got something truly spectacular, and something that's believable too. If you wanted to sort of pass it off, like that would be a great bridesmaids gifts or a bridal gift even. For a bride to wear on her wedding day. Sensational. Cool. All right, so we're going to move on. But congratulations. Anybody who gets in on that one, you've got something truly, truly spectacular and special. Now, we're going to move on here and kind of switch gears and talk about the king of gemstones. Bit for queens as well. This is fantastic, folks. You've got premium Nyasa rubies here. Now these are going to be Fisher filled. Now what does that do for you? Well, it makes it an affordable proposition. This was a treatment technique that was sort of perfected several years back that really has been a game changer. Basically, they'll fill certain fissures, or if there's a cavity in a particular gemstone, they'll go in with a sort of a filling and a composite that basically keeps the color continuity and allows you to have a genuine gemstone of what looks exactly like something that I would have sold 10 years ago at my former employer, easily, if we're talking about not Fisher filled, or here even, easily could be 10 times as much. So what you get is bang for your buck. That's, outside of having a jeweler's loop that is virtually identical to something that would normally cost you thousands and thousands of dollars per carat. Rubies are one of the most expensive. In fact, I think ruby, right up there with pink diamond, might be the leader in the clubhouse. It varies from time to time, but the leader in the clubhouse in terms of the most expensive auction out there, in terms of per carat weight, rubies are one of the most expensive because they are timeless and because they are so well known and because they are in such demand, that the supply and the demand, these things color what we pay for particular gemstones and their value. So what you have here is not a lab created ruby, which are beautiful, and that's what you're going to see mostly at most of your mall jewelers. Your traditional jewelers now are rarely carrying rubies, and if they are, they're going to be usually kind of milky, genuine rubies that is. They're going to be kind of milky and a little watered down. So what you get here is nice clarity. You get the pigeon blood red, that ideal color that people pay the big money per carat weight. You just don't have to pay that kind of price. And the fact that you can get both this ring, make sure you get in your size. We have it available from 5 to 10, 5, 6 through 10. And you can get this, total 3 carat 60, and the pendant, and the chain, Texas 3-fer, not a 2-fer, for less than $50. Genuine ruby. Fisherfield, most gemstones will be treated. 95% of your gemstones out there are treated. This is common. But to get this kind of quality, this kind of color, all in precious metal, sterling silver, platinum bathed, you get it all for $49.99. Just the silver chain alone, 18-inch silver chain alone, good luck finding that for $49.99. You might be able to. You got to search around though, especially during the holidays. Impossible, but you may. Just for the chain, you're getting the pendant, the matching pendant, and the ring. So both of those look to be roughly the same size. Although DJ, if I could get you to scroll down, because I do notice that we have a few white zircon here, just some slight nice baguettes here, sort of tapered baguettes. One right here, 2 right there. Majority of that carat weight is going to be in your ruby, so we've got about 3 carat 36. So just divide that by 2, give or take a couple points. So we're talking about well over 1.5 carats on both center stones. Textbook color that you want. You usually want that fire engine red, that pigeon blood red. That's what people pay the huge money for when it comes to corundum, when it comes to rubies, or red corundum, that is. But you've got just the perfect match here. You get all 3, less than $50. Right at $49.99 though, so you're not gonna have to pay any shipping. Items sold 110. How many do we have of this particular collection?
We have 300.
Sweet. Okay, you can get in on this. This is more than likely going to end up being a TLV. I'm just kind of looking into my crystal ball, using my crystal brain to look into my crystal ball. I can imagine this probably will be a TLV at a certain point. I don't know if they'll be able to do it as low as we're doing it right now at less than $50. But if we do, that 300 will evaporate in probably one showing at nighttime. Like in the overnight, we could sell probably 300 of this collection. If we did them at $49.99, that's impossible, folks, for genuine ruby. Amazing opportunity there. If you thought ruby was out of the cards because it is so expensive, and it can be, it's not. You pay more for lab-created rubies, genuine rubies. Okay? 1.5 carats plus a piece. With the white zircon, again, a genuine gemstone, all natural, and the white zircon too. Doubly refractive gemstone, beautiful, perfect stand-in for diamonds. It's fantastic, elegantly simplistic. This is a classic design, solitaire design, but I do like the fact that they added just a little touch, a little pop of the zircon there. Just kind of gives it a little extra sparkle power, kind of enhances the ruby, enhances, the presentation. But these are sensational. All right, so $49.99. If you know anybody who has a July birthday, boom, get it, put it away for a little while. But I gotta tell you, just the price of the chain alone that's gonna come with it, 18-inch silver chain. Remember, keep in mind, this is all in precious metal. Just the silver chain alone is worth the price of admission. The ruby's just gravy. But it's a ruby. It's the king of gemstones. Take advantage of that, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say enough about that. If you're shopping for somebody for a Christmas gift, perfect. Just ideal. Ideal. You've got that young person you're wanting to sort of teach the value of gemstones. Perfectly ideal. But any age, I don't care if you're 100 or if you're 100 days old. This is something at the price we're giving it to you that it's unbelievable. Okay, that's a great deal. All right, I'm gonna kind of show you real closely, and I'm gonna move on just because. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're making okay. What do you think, DJ? Are we doing good?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good, I think.
Okay, yeah. Speed me up if I'm kind of moving a little quicker. But again, excellent value. Genuine rubies. All right, so that's $49.99. It is item sold 110. Get them while you can, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, 1 TLV and that's gone. But we at this moment you can get it. Now we're gonna move on, and ladies and gentlemen, let me. As a matter of fact, right now is a good time for me to sort of reset a little bit because it's the time of year where it's Christmas time, so we're 3 days into Hanukkah, but it's also crunch time in terms of gift giving. So I want to encourage everybody out there to sort of really give that some strong consideration when we're showing you the items that we're showing you today, because we're, in terms of these Saturday shows that we're doing, it's one of the last Saturday shows I can say with pretty good certainty that you're going to be able to get the items in time for Christmas, if in fact you're thinking about giving them as a gift, as I know many of us are. Okay, so I just want to kind of throw that word of caution out there, not trying to hard sell anybody, not trying to sort of be like, hey, you got to do it, better do it, or else. But most of what you're seeing today, chances are, if they sell out either here or the next few days, you won't have those opportunities again before Christmas time. And you may not have an opportunity again before Christmas time to get them in terms of the shipping and all that. Okay, so just want to kind of throw that out there. You don't have to necessarily get out into crazy traffic and beat up your car and deal with the elements and deal with all the crowds and the traffic as much as you might want to see Santa Claus at the mall. You don't necessarily have to do that. We can all do it from the comfort of our own home, and we can get it in time, a comfortable amount of time to where we can wrap it and have it ready as a gift on Christmas Day or New Year's or whatever it may be that you're wanting to get it. But anyway, just throwing that out there. Now, this is something truly spectacular. In the first show that we did today, we featured a really, really beautiful moissanite and Brazilian cherry citrine ring that I wish we still had because it would look so great with these earrings. Now what we have here are very, very large. Again, it's that Brazilian material. It's different from any citrine that I have ever seen. I guess probably closer to the Madeira citrine, which is one of the more valuable of citrine. Of course, your November birthstone, but they found deposits in Brazil, in a certain area of Brazil, that were just richer and more different than even the Madeira, with more rich colors. I would say than at least are common in the world. So you got something very rare and collectible, and very limited. What you have is one of these deep, rich, and these are so beautifully matched and mated, cherry citrine. Okay, we've got inside out hoops, instant classic. All right, you get that just continuous look, but then you've got something else that's really remarkable here. You've got an Asher cut, which is such an amazing cut. It's a very wasteful cut. It's like a reverse pyramid. You've got almost like a stepped deal. What does that do? Well, it gives you so much light refraction. Just halls and halls, if properly done, which these are. Halls and halls of light return, which just give it so much depth and dimension and three-dimensionality, which make these absolutely stand up extraordinary. You're about an inch on these, not too big, not too small. We are in that Goldilocks range, but look at those. TikTok, yes, check that out. Everybody else, have a look. How are we doing? Can y'all see that pretty good from where you're sitting? Like on the main?
Yes.
Yeah, give it a second.
Okay.
We had a little delay, but yeah, those are looking good.
These are sensational. All in precious metal, all bathed in even more precious metal, noble metal, platinum. Got these individual prongs here. They're going to stay nice and secure, going to snap into place. You do have, I believe, let me double check. Yeah, you've got that hinge there too. Another very expensive addition in terms of the hardware with all that precious metal. They're going to stay nice and secure. They're going to snap right into place. And I'm feeling the heft of them, they're substantial, but they're not going to be so substantial that they're going to weigh the ear down. But just to give you an idea of scale there, that's going to be about what we're looking at. Is that the new me? That's about what we're looking at. Very, very, very good look. I want you to go back. If you love these, if you take advantage of these, and you're going to want to because they're less than $100, we're talking about 8 carats, by the way, 4 carats a piece. If you take advantage of these at $99.99, a $20 budget pay, I want to strongly encourage you to go back, and if there's any left, look at the first show that we did this morning. Okay, it should be, would that be available online? Yeah. Okay, it should be available online now. If there's any of them left, I think we had about 12 or 13 of them, but there's a really, really pretty Brazilian citrine ring. It was an oval shape with a little moissanite, kind of a bypass style, sort of knot design on either side, on either shoulder of it, that would look sensational with this. You can have it all in time for New Year's Eve party. But these are just beautiful. And again, you're not talking about itty bitty teeny tiny stones here either. Each one of these could be, not necessarily the biggest, but could be its own solitaire ring. You know, would be a very pretty stone on a solitaire ring. And you've got the Asher cut. So you've got something really spectacular with that. It's probably one of my favorite, just in terms of just the light refraction that you get from it. But these are truly spectacular. This is not your run-of-the-mill citrine. This is expensive, collectible material, and you can get it for $20 on budget pay. Take advantage of that, folks. This is sold 111. Inside Out hoops. Inside Out hoops, instant classic, party. Everybody's got to have hoops, but Inside Out hoops, that's next level. That is next level in terms of desirability. Beautiful. All right, so if you got that, let's see, you got the ring that I just told you about, right? We talked about that. You got the earrings just now. And I cannot believe the price that I'm looking at. This can't be right. You've got something that looks like this could easily be $2,000. I wouldn't blink an eye if I saw it in the retail world. But guess what? You're gonna have a difficult time finding the Brazilian cherry citrine in the retail world. You can find regular citrine. You can find that for you all day long in the retail world. Not this material. Not in an Asher cut. And most assuredly, not in a tennis bracelet. Is it out of the realm of possibility? Maybe not. But to get it in a tennis bracelet, collectability of the Brazilian material, virtually impossible. And Laura, I'm going to get you to come over here and show this because this is sensational. We've got it available to you in the size 6.5, a 7 1/4, and an 8-inch. Friends, this is not $2,000. This is not even $1,000. We're doing this 11 full carats, all beautifully match made and calibrated for $149.99. Are you kidding me? For an Asher cut Brazilian cherry tennis bracelet, $30 budget pay. Lauren, what about it? Isn't that amazing?
I know.
I mean, talk about large stones, and I gotta tell you, if you don't,
Super rich color too.
isn't that wild? Have you ever seen citrine with that much color?
No.
And if I could, I'm gonna get you to kind of hold these
Yeah.
as well because I think they should be shown together. These are absolutely. This is another case, much like that Sleeping Beauty ring and the pendant that I showed you. That I'm gonna give a very, very strong recommendation that if you get one, get the other. Look, if it's an issue of money, I completely understand that, and I don't want you to spend money if you don't have it. But what I would say is that I don't know that you find a match quite that superb ever again.
Yeah.
You know,
Utilize the budget pay too.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. You know, I'm so glad you said that because utilize the budget pay. I mean, look, you can get this bracelet home for $30. Those earrings were, what were the earrings? $99?
They were, I just had it.
Yeah, they were right at $99.
Yeah, they were 99, yes.
Yeah, so you got $20. So basically $50 gets it all home on budget pay, right? So you're not breaking the bank. You've got your inspection period. You know, if for whatever reason, you know, money gets tight or whatever, you know, or it's not what you thought it would be. I think it will be, but if it's not, for whatever reason, you can return it. But I would definitely get both of them because you got the Asher cuts. That's the key. I would encourage you to get the ring. That was an oval cut, but it is the same hue. So I think that would be a really great way to complete that set. but those definitely I would get in conjunction with one another. So excellent opportunity there. Again, a tennis bracelet of this particular material is something. Until I came here, I really had not seen in person that Brazilian cherry material. I'd seen it, seen pictures of it and stuff, and the online jewelry publications that that I have email subscriptions to, but I'd never actually seen it in person. It is just next level. The richness, the depth of color, and also it's your November birthstone. So if you know anybody that has a November birthday, this is to be a great gift for them. But it almost has the look almost like an orange sapphire to me. Mm-hmm. It's really strong, really beautiful, and I love an Asher cut, don't you?
I do.
Yep.
So pretty.
So get it while you can get it in your sizes, friends, and understand we will keep this. We'll hold the line on this price. This is less than $150. We'll hold the line. I can't promise that won't bump back up to probably I'm assuming probably bump back up to $199 after today. But for today and for now, you can get it right now for $149.99. And DJ, what is the bracelet? If they go to the website, so TikTok, you're going to click on the link in the bio, and for everybody else, it should be sold $112. But we also, when you go to the website, you'll have an opportunity as well to get a Paraíba Appetite bracelet, which, full disclosure, I believe I own that one. It's an Asher cut, or I think I gave it either my mom, a girlfriend. That one, it was fantastic. I have one very similar. I think I paid a lot more than $149.99 for. So I encourage you to get the Appetite one as well, that Paraíba Appetite as well. Get them both. But they're both $149.99. So what a great opportunity right there. Man.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to move on. But friends, understand, fairly limited on what we have in terms of supply. And also keep in mind, it's a smaller forum that we have here available to you on the live stream. So if they get a showing on TV, prime time in particular, any of these items before Christmas, they could just vominos, right? So if you love it, take advantage of it, and you won't see it at a lower price. That is an amazing deal. So coming up, we have, where did it go? Colombian Emerald Solitaire. The studs. Aha! Okay. Let's talk about emeralds. Everybody's heard of emeralds, right? Sure. And most people do know that the gold standard is the Colombian material. With the Colombian material, typically what's indicative of that is that you're going to get some strong, good depth of color, but you're also going to get, in general, just generally speaking, the Colombian material tends to have a little bit better clarity, and almost in many cases, if it's really high quality, you get like a neon glow. We just talked about the Paraíba Appetite bracelet. Paraíba tourmaline typically has sort of neon glow to it. That's the thing that sort of a lot of the really high quality Colombian material reminds me of, is that sort of neon glow that you get with the Paraíba tourmaline, but only with the dark, richer greens. And that's what you got here. So you've got top gem quality in terms of the color, in terms of the clarity. Remember, emeralds are a type 3 gemstone. We kind of talked about this earlier when we were talking about that rubellite. That with a type 3 gemstone, you're going to expect some inclusions. In fact, you almost kind of want some inclusions. Otherwise, you're probably dealing with something that is either A, completely out of the realm of possibility because it's going to be so darn expensive, or B, and more than likely, the latter here is a lab-grown emerald, which are beautiful, but they're also lab-grown, so they're not going to hold the value quite as well, or anywhere near as well as what the genuine real deal is going to do for you. Now, if we could click on just the full information, these are going to be 50 points. So we're talking about 25 points a piece on either of these. It's going to be perfect for a man or a woman. If you have your ears pierced, guys, go for it. Absolutely. These are going to be in solid gold. They're going to be in 14 karat gold. You put the best in the best. So you got the 14 karat stamp, traditional. You got post and friction backs. 25 points a piece. When we're talking about AAA quality, you're looking at a minimum of probably $2,000 a carat for AAA quality when it comes to emeralds. I was reading an article the other day. They were talking about how emeralds, rubies, and sapphires, genuine, about how not only do they retain their value in terms of an investment, but the value has been consistently going up. Like the trend has been consistently going up. So, because the demand is always going to be there. These are the three kings, right? Emeralds, rubies, sapphires. But these are spectacular. But when we're going to give these to you for $499, I guess we just got the gold paid for. And so you're just getting, it's like you're getting the emeralds for free. Folks, $499. Again, Luxuro collection. So you're going to come with a Luxuro card. One of these cards over here, I'm just going to flash a card in. It's just going to be the certificate that we provide to you, which you can then provide to your insurance company, whomever, which just has the information, which is basically going to be that we're 50 points. So about 25 points a piece, a little bit less than the average size engagement ring diamond stone. But just ideal. This is going to be everyday wearable. If you have another piercing, like maybe one of the higher ups or a second one, this would be the ideal. Maybe you want to wear them with the pair of chrome diopside hoops that we had earlier. If you have a second piercing, you can wear those chrome diopside inside out hoops from the previous show that we did, and wear these on one of the others. Or just buy it standalone. They're going to get that nice pop of color. They're not going to be overbearing. They're not ostentatious. They're not in your face. But I got to tell you, that color and that clarity and that neon glow kind of is in your face. It is very, very noticeable. So you're getting a big, big bang, a large, basically bang for your buck in terms of presence, in terms of noticeability. Real estate wise, not necessarily, but definitely the color, the clarity, 100%. And you got a $100 budget pay. So basically a $100 investment is going to get you the top of the line when it comes to emeralds. It's going to get you that Colombian material. It's going to get you the Luxuro card of authenticity that shows that yes, this is 100% 14 karat yellow gold. So we're over 50% solid gold just in the hardware alone. And then to me, nothing shows off any green gemstone better than something in gold, whether it be gold or vermeil. I think the gold just really accents green in particular the absolute best. There's nothing, like for example, if I have a really cool green gemstone, I really do like it in gold because I think it just highlights that amazing color. And there's such a perfect complement. So this is elegant simplicity, in my opinion. It's not super ostentatious, as I said, but it is something that is just, it's going to be an old faithful. It's like if you're curious about what to buy somebody and you don't, you can't go wrong here in offering them the best. In terms of carat weight is the largest, not necessarily, but at 50 points you've got a substantial presence because of the quality of the stones and because of that solid gold and the way that stands out. So I'm going to kind of bring this in fairly close. There's for our main people. Now, you guys seeing that good over there? Yeah, I'm going to come around and take a look. So make sure.
That's pretty good, yeah.
I want them to be able to see what the quality that you're getting. And again, and there you go for TikTok, guys. Again, if it's something I'm not flashing in, especially, I understand if anything gets over, too much over the 100, 200 mark, it can be a substantial purchase. So if you want to take another look at it, but that's going to be one of the items you do have that 30-day money-back guarantee inspection policy on. So if you get it home for whatever reason, it's not for you, you can always send it back, but you owe it to yourself to at least get it home, to at least try to take advantage of that amazing deal, especially when we have it so low for that genuine Colombian material there. So fantastic get there. That was sold
That was 113.
That was sold 113. So take advantage of it, especially if you got a May baby too. That's a May birthstone. Now, fire opal. Let's talk about it for a minute. Orange. Orange seems too basic to describe this. But what I can say is any orange gemstones out there, they're super popular. That fire look, it's very zeitgeisty right now, but it's classic. I mean, you talk about specialty and garnet. We've seen the prices of those increase. We've seen the limited availability of this particular opal, the fire opal, we've seen it sort of, we've seen the supply diminish in terms of what we can get. Just talking to our suppliers, they're talking about the scarcity of it. Now, basic supply and demand economics, if you guys have ever taken an economics class, if there's less quantity of material or whatever it may be, if it's more scarce and the demand remains the same or increases worse, you're going to see an increase in the price. And that's what we've seen with Mexican fire opal. This in particular is the Bertie fire opal. But we've seen the price of it skyrocket lately. So that's the reason why, if a lot of you are wondering, I watch Shop LC with a fair degree of regularity, and I'm not seeing as much. That is why, because we're having a hard time getting our hands on it. We get our hands on some of the most rare and exotic gemstones in the world. So if that tells you anything, you know that when we offer this to you, we're talking about a carat 50. The majority of that going to be in the fire opal. When we're offering this to you for $87.99, you are getting a phenomenal buy. We could charge more for that. The demand is there. The supply is not there. We could charge a lot more for that. But the fact that you can get this very, very large opal here, and keep in mind, opal, not a very dense gemstone relative, let's say, to maybe a diamond, a lot more dense gemstone. So you get a lot of bang for your buck, but that is a very, very large gemstone, and real estate-wise, a very large gemstone. Carat 50 has the look more, I would say, a little bit of that's going to be in your, I believe, white zircon. Yeah, a little bit of that's going to be in your white zircon accents here, but the majority of that is going to be in this. So a good rule of thumb, I find, with most opals and certain other gemstones, especially opals in general, is just times 2. So for example, if we have a 1 carat opal, you're generally, not always, but generally going to get the look of about a 2 carat as if it were any other stone. So you get a lot of bang for your buck in terms of the carat weight. But this is just truly spectacular. The fire, the brilliance, no pun intended, but the brilliance and the fire, the sparkle factor on this one, the clarity on this one, because a lot of times fire opals will be a little bit, they'll be on the more opaque side. This one's got some excellent clarity as well, too. That doesn't necessarily represent what I'm seeing here. Get it home. See if you love it. I think you're going to, but I got to tell you, I don't think that picture does it justice in terms of the clarity. But there you go, TikTok guys. And here we go with everybody else. And friends, $17.60 on budget pay. I also love the fact, of course, you want to put something that is sort of orange in terms of the gemstone color. You want to put it with gold. We do have it in vermeil. You're also getting a vermeil chain. So to get a vermeil chain for less than $100 is worth the price of admission, right? Just this chain alone with sterling silver underlayment, 2.5 microns over it. That alone is well over the $87.99 you're paying. The pendant, elegant simplicity, that's just gravy, baby. You've got nice sort of almost wave style design on the profile there. It's going to lay nice and flat, but you do have a little bit of filigree behind it with a little bit of open space underneath the gemstone. Just going to let a little bit more light in there with that negative space, which is going to really light up the inside, almost like a lantern, this opal. It's truly gorgeous. Also, your October birthstone, just a side note, if you know anybody with October birthday, maybe they're a collector of opals. Not all opals are, the play of color. This is just a beautiful, different take on it that Mother Nature has provided us, and lots of beautiful fire and scintillation coming from that too. You've got sparkles of yellow, of orange. It's almost like you've captured magma in a stone. So beautiful. All right, so we're gonna move on. That's sold 114. How many do we have on those, by the way?
20.
All right, so we got 20. You got a last in stock opportunity here. As I said, yeah, we're having difficulty getting the fire opal. Maybe the last time you see that at that price for under 100, quite frankly. And today actually might be because of the difficulty that I'm told that we're having in getting that particular gemstone. Now, if you got that one, I cannot encourage you strongly enough to get this one. Now, what we have here is basically the ring version. Obviously, elegant simplicity in the mounting. What I'm seeing with the ring here, a little bit more on the yellow side as opposed to the oranger. spectrum, but would look great with that pendant. I really do think this would be a great match to go along with that, because you do have the oval. You do have a pretty large stone here as well. You do have a lot of, I mean, this is super, super clean. Can we switch the picture behind to the ring? And you also have it in that vermeil. So you do have it in precious metal on top of precious metal. Carat 30 total weight. Folks, this $899, I think all day, every day, easily. We're dropping it down, and we're going to get this under $100 for you. So $99.99. $20 on budget pay. $20 gets home easily. What I think our $899 is fair. I would say probably closer to $900. Well, $899 is $900. I'd say probably closer to $950, $1,000 mark in most traditional retailers if you can find it anymore. But to get it for under $100, and to be able to get it in your size, I like the mounting. Just you've got that elegant simplicity. You've got a classic style design there, almost sort of a past, present, and future-ish. But you do have, not entirely, but you do have the three rounds and then the baguettes. But you've kind of got that presence on either side, kind of Art Deco with the symmetry, and just a classic design. But that stone is off the charts. In fact, when I put it on my finger, the color more approximates that of the previous auction there, if you guys can see that. Again, I said this one's got more on the yellow hue as opposed to the pendant, which is a little bit more on the orangey hue side. But I think they go great together. And again, you're talking about the same Bariti material, and it's just beautiful. So take advantage of that. Super clean on that ring though. $99.99. That is sold $115. Comment section just sold $115. Really want to also point out, and apologies for not doing this sooner in this particular show, because I know we did it earlier, but there's a code today, and for those of you who have already purchased, I want you maybe call the personal shopper at 877-899-0490. You can maybe go back and retroactively add this code with the personal shoppers. Just tell them that Chris told you to do this. But I don't think I mentioned it in this particular show. With the code JINGLE, you potentially have an additional 25% off. It's on the website, so just let the personal shopper know, hey, look, I purchased this on the website, and maybe I forgot to punch in that code. It may or may not make a difference. They'll be able to tell you. But with all the items that we've had and sold today, I want to encourage you to punch in that code. I don't know when that code will go away. It's not necessarily for this particular live stream. It's just available on the website, and you're all getting redirected to the website. So it covers a lot of the items that you might have on the website. So I do want to throw that out there just so you can potentially get another massive amount of savings on top of that. Sometimes it falls through the cracks, so we're kind of whispering because I want to save you money. Anyway, $99. Basically, it would make it $25 less. You get it for $75 if, in fact, that code works for it. Not 100% promising that, but worth a try, right? 'Tis the season, so there you go. Merry Christmas. All right, that is available to you. Very limited as well in that ring. Remember, we only had 10 of the pendant that came before that. So that was sold $115. We're going to move on now to okay. This was one that I specifically asked for because I love this design, and I love opals. I love Willow opal. Willow opal, if we could switch it up behind me as well. Willow opal comes in, well, it in terms of play of color. We're a totally different animal. We're in the opal family, obviously, but we're a totally different animal from the fire opal, which is fantastic in and of itself. But traditionally, what we think of when we think about opals is we think about play of color, right? The phenomenon that opal exists, where you see these little flashes of different colors and whatnot. This one is going to give you extraordinary play of color. It's going to give you carat 40 in your opal. And can we click on the little bit more detailed information over there just a second? So we got the platinum overlay. We got sizes 8 through 10. Make sure you've got a little bit of sizing. You got a sizing bar there, which if you need to have a size, you can. But we got it available in 8 to 10. But this is such a great deal. I said if there's ever any of those still remaining, I want to show it. So I know we don't have that many left now, but it was such a cool design with these sort of, kind of, yeah, you've sort of got like a diamond look here, but obviously you've got these sort of pyramids conjoining right here. This doesn't do justice to the play of color that you're going to see now. Opal tends to want to shy away in a bunch of harsh lights, but you're still seeing amazing play of color. And are they the largest stones? Not necessarily, but remember what we said about, you know, the sort of the density of the gemstone. So if we've got a carat 40, essentially you're getting kind of the look of about a carat and a half a piece on each of these when it comes to opals. Now there's going to be a little bit of the moissanite, which they've combined on the outside in this sort of bypass styling, which is just going to add a nice little element, and you get a lot of bang for your buck in terms of the pop that you get and how they sort of assist and aid in the beautiful sparkle and the beautiful splendor of the gemstones. But the main rock stars and the main thrust of that carat weight is going to be in your opals here. Folks, this is less than $60. It's $59.99. Extraordinarily unique look. There you go, TikTok. And for the main, and for everybody in Facebook and Instagram land, there you go. Truly extraordinary. $539 estimated retail value. I think that's fair. I think that's about spot on. The Willow opal material is again something. I think tantalum is something that they're mining at those Willow, the Ethiopian mine there. That they previously did find all these larger deposits and veins of this material, but it was truly a game changer in the mid and late 90s when they did find this material. We thought it was going to last a lot longer, but much like Lightning Ridge did last a lot longer. So the Australian material, this was a total game changer though, because before Willow opal, the majority of what you saw was more of an Australian white opal when it came to sort of this style of opal. And then, of course, the black opal and you know the Lightning Ridge black opals were huge, and that mine has since been shut down for the most part. But we thought we'd have more time with the Willow opal mines. They're just not economically viable in terms of finding that material versus the tantalum, which is a lot more, I think, lucrative for miners. It's a lot more sure bet. So there's those things to factor in. So basically, we're not getting any new material from the Willow opal. So you're going to see a price spike in that. We've already kind of seen it happen out there in terms of our buyers having trying to find the rough. So if you love Willow opal, I think you need to move sooner rather than later when it comes to this particular material. It does show a lot more, in my opinion, pound for pound of the play of color than you got from that traditional white Australian opal, where you saw more a little distinct, more opaque, milky with occasional pinfires. This gives you that three-dimensionality, gives you almost that galactic look of all these different galaxies. The play of color and the good quality stuff like this is usually second to none. I put it right up there with the quality of play of color that you see in some of those like $10,000 per carat Lightning Ridge black opal. Albeit a little bit different look, but folks, this is something you don't want to miss, especially for $60. So I'm gonna move on just because they're very limited. But that one, I love that design, and I have been in love with that particular ring. It's just so unique looking, so different. But that was sold $117. Take advantage of it. Very few of those remaining. Probably the last time we'll see that particular design, and maybe the last time we see Willow opal at that price. So coming up next, and folks, we've got only a little bit of time left with you, but where is it? So, I'm not seeing this one though.
Out there? Okay, we'll just move on.
Okay. Yeah, we were gonna show you. It'll be on the website. Yeah. I was looking for a particular item, but this is MIA. But I do want to show them this one for sure. We got a gorgeous kyanite necklace.
Here, let's actually do that big amethyst piece.
Okay, cool. Take this other one off. We're still with you, folks. Don't go anywhere grabbing this big amethyst piece. This is a huge solitaire, but I want to feature it all solo by its lonesome, and it is spectacular. What we have here, a AAA quality. Now, if you like that big, bold cocktail ring look This is nothing short of a cocktail ring pendant. Look at that. This is 50 carat 50 on the amethyst. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, this is $177.99. I do want to show the kyanite. Actually, good. And folks, because of the constraints of time here I'm looking at, I wish I had more time to show this to you, but it is fantastic. You've got a huge bail though. So this is going to work great with anything. If you have maybe a Bali Legacy necklace, it's $177.99. 50 carat 50, bottom line. But if you have like a Bali Legacy, like a Bourbador or something like that, this would look amazing with it. The quality of that, again, second to none. It's pleochroic, so you see flashes of almost white. You see pinks. You see sort of lilacs and strong purples. Absolutely amazing. $35.60 on budget pay. I hate to give it short shrift, but we got to move quickly to our last item because I wanted to show this. And we're running out of time. So this would be the tennis necklace. Okay, if you're looking at this, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, well, and if we could get it up behind me too as well. You're probably thinking, well, that's, I don't know, cashmere, Ceylon sapphire? Not quite. Very rare like that though. What we have here is Himalayan kyanite. It's a very rare gemstone. Kyanite, they found deposits of this in the late 90s that were actually gem quality. So it's so rare to see. It's a very exotic gemstone, but it gives you that look. This is like that cornflower blue sapphire look that's so desirable. And friends, look at this. You've got all these ovals in between interspersed. You've got sort of a mill grain, which gives you the look of the surrounding halo of diamonds, really accentuates and amplifies the center stones, which are not itty bitty teeny tiny. These are all large enough to be their own solitaire stone, especially when we're talking about the ovals here. It's a total of 32 karat 15. Extremely rare, extremely collectible. And how to even price something like this because of the collectability and the rarity of this particular kyanite, to have all those match mated that look like they came from the same rough, folks, this is truly, truly next level. And it looks like about $150,000 Sri Lankan blue sapphire tennis necklace. Probably just as rare, if not more rare on the gemstone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is $279. We're at the end of the show. I wish I had more time to talk about it, but it's $200. And how many do we have?
We have
It's a $3,000 bag.
34.
Okay, we have 34 of these. It takes one showing on prime time, and these will go bye-bye. I'm almost certain of that. You have an opportunity here for rarity, beauty, the color, the cut, the clarity on those stones. You know, we showed in the first show, we showed a Sri Lankan Ceylon sapphire. Well, Sri Lankan or Ceylon sapphire ring. This looks almost identical in terms of the color, in terms of that beautiful, almost blue jean or almost more cornflower blue. It looks almost just like that. Very expensive Ceylon sapphire. But the only difference is you've got 32 karat 15. I think we charged roughly $279 for that ring, which was a great value, great price. Maybe it was $499. But this is $279 for all of this. This is in platinum over sterling silver. It's miraculous. It's fantastic. It's different. And folks, I can't say enough about this. Very limited. Don't miss it. Get this. If you love beautiful tennis necklaces, beautiful tennis bracelets, if you love blue sapphire, this kyanite material, it's about a 7 on the Mohs hardness scale. It's next level. So I wanted to show that, folks. I appreciate you so much. Everybody's out there. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah for all our Jewish friends out there as well. I know y'all are about 3 days in. We really appreciate you here. I want to encourage you to try the savings. That's a jingle for any item. You could potentially save another 25%. Can't guarantee that, but you're going to be directed to the website, and so it's worth a shot. But I want to thank all of you so very, very much. I know for a fact I'm going to be on the overnight this upcoming Friday. It might be our last 10 and under before the holidays. Of course, you want to come back and see the live streams tomorrow. I think we have Sean available tomorrow, who's such a sweet guy, really, really cool dude. And I really enjoyed the few times that we've had to hang out together. He's gonna have a great show for you guys tomorrow, all day long. But in the meantime, I'd encourage you to take advantage of these opportunities we've given you here today. Definitely use that jingle code and see if that works as well. But you got 24 hours. We'll hold the line at least on the amazing prices we've given you. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Cheers. Thank you so much.
All right.
How about this? This is amazing.
That's nice.
All righty then. Yes, I'm so sorry. I was about to.
Oh, good.
I was like, dude. I was like, where'd Laura go? I was gonna have her come in and filibuster. Thanks, man.